What's going on, y'all? It is Cop Pizzle. So, this past week, actually, ever since the draft was completed, I have sat here and listened to people, supposed Giant fans, supposed content creators, kind of giggle and hint at the fact that, in 2024, it's going to be Drew Lock's season. They can't come to the reality that this front office and this New York Giants football team believes in Daniel Jones. They can't come to the reality that they have been wrong. See, I remember a time when you were on YouTube or any social media platform when content creators had integrity, actually stood for what the hell they say, that when they were wrong, and when they were wrong so bad as they have been in their predictions of what is going to happen with Daniel Jones, that they would just simply eat their damn crow. Come out and say, guys, I was completely fucking wrong. Instead, they have spun this narrative over and over and over that, they just didn't get their guy. Oh, they got their guy. It's Drew Lock. You just keep adding to the fact that you've just been wrong. That's it. You just keep adding to it. Oh, but Pizzle, there were reports that they were trying to trade up. There were reports. Smoke. Malik Nabers was the answer the whole time. It was the whole time. They got their guy. His name is Malik Nabers. And getting to the point of this video, I know this is easy to say this in the month of May, but before the schedule even comes out, I can sit here and say with absolute utter confidence that the New York Giants in 2024, this upcoming season, they will make the playoffs. I 100% believe it. 1,000% believe it. And I'm going to tell you why. For the first time in Daniel Jones' career, see, that's a funny one too, because they say, the 6-year project. It's not a 6-year project, you idiots! We're on year 3. When you bring in a completely new front office, a.k.a. Joe Schoen, and you bring in a completely new coach, Brian Daboll, then the whole thing gets wiped clean. Please understand professional fucking sports if you're going to make content about it. Now, anyways, holy shit. It baffles me, guys. I'm sorry. Understand pro sports or don't fucking talk about them. Anyways. So, we're going on year 3 of Jones with Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen. With that being said, they're giving him the best offensive line, in my opinion, that he's ever going to have. This will be the best receiving core that he's ever going to have. I mean, when you think about, guys, do you understand that we have 4 quality receivers, right? Malik Nabers is going to be a true number 1 receiver. I believe in Jalin Hyatt. I think it was going to take some time for Hyatt. So I 100% believe in him. He just needed to get a year under his belt. I think he's going to have a big sophomore season, in my opinion. Wan'Dale Robinson, in my opinion, if you are somebody that's not a Giants fan, you need this man on your fantasy lineups tremendously. And look, I think people that play fantasy are geeks, but nevertheless, I'll help a geek out once in a while. I think Wan'Dale Robinson is going to be a fantasy, he's going to get they're going to do so many creative things, in my opinion, with him, especially the fact that now Saquon's kind of gone. I think Wan'Dale Robinson, if he can stay healthy, he's going to put up some tremendous numbers, in my opinion, this upcoming season. And obviously, everybody knows that I love me some Darius Slayton. I mean, Darius Slayton is the quintessential New York Giants receiver. If you've been watching since the late 80s, early 90s like Pizzle has, you know that Darius Slayton is a New York Giants receiver. That's what if they ever produce a New York Giants receiver, that's it right there. So the fact is Daniel Jones has the best receiving cast that he's ever had in his career, both NFL and in college. You could talk about the running game, but I think what the Giants are going to do with the running game is going to be a running back by committee deal. And everyone talks about how, it's a passing league. Well, that's what the Giants have done. They've built up their offensive line to protect Daniel Jones. They've given him guys to throw the football to. Even if Waller's out of the picture, I like Bellinger. Absolutely, I do. I like Bellinger. I'm 100% on board the Bellinger train. So, in my opinion, the offense is going to absolutely excel this upcoming season. I 1,000% believe in it. And the only question to me on if we do or don't make the playoffs is, will Daniel Jones stay healthy? If he stays healthy, this team's going to the playoffs. If he doesn't, just like any other team in the National Football League, if their starting franchise quarterback goes down, they're probably going to have some bad luck. It ain't going to go their way. But since some of these know-it-alls out here tell me Drew Lock is that guy, well, then the Giants should be fine then. I can't wait to see if that prediction works out for him. Defensively, when you look at this Giants team, guys, since the Super Bowl days, tell me that this won't be the best pass rush that the Giants will ever have had since then. When you look at what they have done with Burns, Kayvon, Dexter Lawrence, they're going to be able to get after the quarterback better than ever. Better than ever. Now, I know the secondary is young, but the secondary, when you think about Wade Banks played a year ago, when you look at some of the new additions that they brought in, it's going to be a physical secondary. They're going to be physical. And I also think they're going to be able to, with the pressure that this D-line is going to be able to provide, I think we're going to get more turnovers than ever before. I mean, look, there's going to be some growing pains because there's a new defensive coordinator and there's a lot of young new parts potentially to this defense, and they got to learn the system and all that. So there's going to be some growing pains, maybe the first month of the season, and that will depend on what the schedule looks like. But I like this defense. Now, I got to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous about the linebackers. I'm a little bit, see, this is what I want to talk about. Everybody wants to talk about the fucking quarterback. Go on, but I want to talk about the damn linebackers. I got to be honest, I'm a little nervous about that. I'm not really sure. I'm optimistic about them, but I am a little nervous about them. I got to be honest. I think that could potentially be the weakest unit on this team. I got to be honest. I think that could be the weakest link to this whole damn team. But I could be completely fucking wrong. When you look at the division, I mean, the Commanders, they're in a rebuild. I don't care what anybody says. They're in a rebuild. I'm not worried about the Commanders. Daniel Jones and Brian Dable, they've been whooping the damn Commanders' ass since day one, okay? I don't think the Eagles, I think the Eagles and Cowboys, are they still good football teams? Yeah, but I don't think they're as good as they've been the last couple of years, in my opinion. I don't think, the Eagles, the strongest point to the Eagles has been that offensive line, and I don't think it's going to be that as good as it's been in 2024. The Cowboys, the pressure is going to be absolutely cranked up on Dak and that team to succeed, and I could see them absolutely blowing up. Like that last year was in my opinion, their best damn chance. And I'm not saying that they're not the team to beat in the NFCs, because they may be the team that the Giants need to overcome, because the Eagles, I'm still, I think Jalen Hurts came into last season with so much hype, but the Eagles don't scare me. I think the Giants have an opportunity to win those games. Now, obviously, they haven't been beating the Cowboys. They haven't been able to really pile up any wins on the Eagles as of late, like the way we need to be. But I think that has the chance to turn around this season. Now, obviously, schedule is going to dictate a lot of, who will have the advantages and all that, this and that. The Giants should have had a big advantage on them a year ago, on the Cowboys when we started at home first game of the year. Everything felt like it was on the line, and they laid a terrible egg. So, we still need to overcome and beat our rivals, but the division doesn't scare me. It really doesn't. This division doesn't really scare me. There's other teams in the NFC that I'm more nervous about than our own division, in my honest opinion. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going out here predicting we're going to win the NFC East, but I think the Giants are going to be a top 7 team and find their way in the playoffs. I 1,000% believe that. And here's the thing. Even if I'm wrong, Pizzle, because for 18 years I've sat here like a man and ate my crow when I'm wrong. Absolutely I have. I've celebrated my wins, but I've also celebrated my losses, if you know what I mean. I've been a 60-minute man this whole damn time. 18 fucking years, and I can't get no damn respect around here from some of these geeks out here that ain't nothing but COVID channels. But that's okay. I'll continue to be the cream of the crop representing the New York Football Giants here on YouTube. Okay? Bottom line. Truth hurts. 60 minutes. That's what I believe. The New York Giants are going to the playoffs in this upcoming season. Can't wait to see it. We're going to have a ton of content, this summer. We're going to talk about the schedule when it gets released. We got a lot of video content to make to get us hyped up for the season. And of course, when it gets here, there's no better show. I mean, this is the place to be. You know that. Where else would you rather be than with Pizzle? Okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, as I end this video, the way some of these people have made me feel and how they've turned their back on Daniel, and me being a guy that I've said, wait a minute, this guy's a franchise quarterback. This guy right here is the real deal. You guys are talking shit about somebody that clearly y'all ain't seeing right. See, your eyes will lie to you sometimes. It really will. They'll lie the hell out of you. But nevertheless, these people that turn their back, they can't leave. Okay, you saw the point in Bronx Tale. I gave them the opportunity to get out and say, listen, Daniel's the dude. I'm sorry about what I said. But they didn't do that. Okay, now I've closed the door. I've locked it. Now they can't leave, and now they got to take his ass whooping. Okay, they're going to take that ass whooping all year long. If I got to give it to my own, I got to give it to my own too. Because you don't turn your back ever. No franchise in the world should ever turn their back on a franchise quarterback. It's the most important position in the game. Everyone says that. Well, if you got one, you got one. Okay? And some of you, I'm sorry you can't see it, but you need to open your damn eyes. Pizzle.